3. Okay guys, welcome back to another episode with us, the Review Bros, and we're bringing you yet another pre-workout review, straight from our honest opinions. You know, there's no bullshit in this. We're not affiliated with anyone, so we can give you that honest truth. And today we're featuring Spartan Protein Pre. So a big thank you to them for getting us a tub of this sent out. You know, let's roll with it. We'll see how it goes.
Taste section with Spartan Pre.
Hey.
One flavour, fruit fusion. We've got it. 1 scoop per round. Is that the right word?
1 scoop a go.
Yeah.
We're going to give it a bit of a heaped go, just to make sure this is fair. We have used this in the past, so we're just rolling with it for the review now. Yeah, fruit fusion's the only flavour it comes in. You know, let's see how it goes, really.
And just to give you guys a heads up, we are going to be looking at Spartan Protein product line. A lot of their protein brownies, flapjacks and whatnot. We'll do that in a separate video because that's what they specialise in. It's more down the protein food route, yeah, rather than pre-workouts.
All right, let's go for it.
That's quite nice, actually.
Yeah, not bad. Like a sour berry.
I'd go 3.5 to 4.
Yeah, I would.
3.75. Mix is perfect as well.
Yeah, because I'd say 3.5. But yeah, 3.75. I'm happy with that score.
Yeah.
No, it's not bad at all. Mixability is perfect. So
no problem.
Well done on that, Spartan Protein. You've done well. Okay, let's talk money. Money talks. So, we're going off the Spartan Protein website. So, just, you know, Google Spartan Protein, they'll come straight up. I will say that the tub is a 30 serving tub. It doesn't give the option to take any more or any less, so you're going to get 30 servings from this. So, bear that in mind. But $24.95 Great British Sterling. Which works out at $32.70, give or take a little bit. So it's not a bad price to start off with. You know, we've seen better, we've definitely seen worse. And what I will say, by the time you divide all that up and work out how much it is per serving, it's actually only 83 pence a serving, or $1.09. So it's actually a 4 out of 5 on our price scale.
Really good.
So it is up there amongst the best price to weight ratio, or however you want to see it. So yeah, 4 out of 5 on price.
Alright, so moving on to the effects section, starting with the label. It's quite a basic label, but everything in here is been researched to work. So there's no it may or may not work scenarios here. It's all stuff that's been heavily researched. And I will just say the tub's quite the tub's quite a nice simple layout as well, so it doesn't baffle you with too much shite, like too much information and imagery.
Yeah, I guess they saved some money back on the packaging.
Yeah.
It's quite a basic packaging, but then they are quite a new company, and especially with the pre-workout scene.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to roll through these ingredients list, and I'll give you just a very quick brief explanation as to what they do.
Yeah.
And I'll just compare it perhaps to some other ones in terms of dosages.
Okay, so it does say on here as well, just to note, it's an extremely potent pre-workout formula. So note that before I dive into it, and it's a 12-gram serving. First up is citrulline malate, 5,000 milligrams. So
that's your main pump ingredient, boosting nitric oxide levels within the bloodstream. 5 grams of that is actually quite a good dose. You know, I like to see at least 4, but 5's healthy.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot that go lower than that, so it's a good dose of citrulline malate.
Sweet, should be reasonable pumps. Beta-alanine, 2 grams.
So that's the stimulant that's responsible for getting those itching, tingling feelings that we love. We want to get that feeling of it kicking in. You know, when you start feeling that, it's psychologically really good for you. It also helps with endurance in terms of buffering lactic acid levels within the bloodstream. What I will just quickly say though is, unfortunately, that is a relatively low dose of beta-alanine at 2 grams. We like to see, you know, 3.2 grams for a normal pre-workout day. But, you know, it's still going to give some effect.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for the effect section. We'll let you know if we even felt tingles or anything along those lines.
Okay, next up is taurine and L-tyrosine at 1 gram a piece.
So if I'll round them up together because they do very similar things. They're obviously both amino acids. Taurine's produced naturally anyway. But both of them are responsible for sort of boosting neurotransmitter activity levels. So they give you a bit of focus, a bit of clarity, you know, concentration. And there are several other small health benefits for the both as well. So, you know, it's good to see them both in there.
Cool, so that's more the mental side of the label.
Bit of focus there.
Cool. Next up is choline bitarate at 200 milligrams.
So again, a good dosage of that. What I will say is it metabolizes fat in the bloodstream, so it's going to give you a bit of energy. So yeah, another good one to have in there.
Is that the vitamin B one?
Yeah, it is a B vitamin. Cool. Correct.
Caffeine. It doesn't say it's caffeine anhydrous, which leads us to assume it's just the regular caffeine. 160 milligrams.
So that is your main stimulant in this pre-workout, and it should be a main stimulant in virtually every pre-workout. For your quick acting energy source. There is a downside to it that it does wear off quite quickly, and you like to see things like L-theanine to prolong that life of it. But nonetheless, we'll roll with it. What I will say, however, is 160 milligrams is on the low side of caffeine these days, which do not get me wrong, is going to be very good for some people.
Yeah.
For some people who just want a little boost after work,
who are sensitive,
who are going to sleep, trying to go sleep that night quite early, you know, fantastic. But for the stim junkies and those who've had a lot of experience with pre-workouts in the past, it's probably not going to touch the sides.
Yeah.
We like to see 300 to 400 milligrams, but we've used a lot, so you know, you can argue that's a good or a bad point. Yeah,
depending on what you're after.
Yeah.
And just to give you some idea of what 160 milligrams would be, that's like
1 can of Monster. Exactly.
Yeah, 1 can of Monster.
I think 1 can of Monster
1.8 cups of coffee or something like that.
Yeah. So or a can of Red Bull. For, you know, Monster Red Bull, a large can has got roughly between 150 and 180 milligrams of caffeine. So this is hitting that exact same spot.
Nice one.
So if that gets you absolutely buzzing, then this is going to get you absolutely buzzing. If a can of Monster doesn't, then this won't.
Yeah, so 2 scoop it. Don't really. Next up, beetroot extract, 50 milligrams.
So that has been shown to just give a general sort of health benefit. It's, you know, a beetroot is full of vitamins and minerals. What I will, however, say, and I've got to say, is that is quite a low dosage. Now, let's just say you're taking beetroot extract as a standalone ingredient. You should be taking between 400 to 800 milligrams per day. And obviously, bear in mind, there's only 50 milligrams in that. So, you know, you should have like 10 times more than that a day to really, I would imagine, reap its benefits.
So that's more of a top-up scenario rather than it being in its own right.
Yeah, exactly. It's not gonna do a lot for you in a pre-workout, but you know, digestion is another thing that's going to be influenced by it. Yeah,
so it can't hurt to have it there. Vitamin B6, 2 milligrams.
Again, general health benefits. B6, good to have it in there. That's all I can say.
Last up, niacin, vitamin B3, 17 milligrams.
Again, and you know, getting another vitamin in there. All these vitamins help with general performance in the gym. As you know, niacin also actually has been shown to sort of coincide with beta-alanine to give it a bit of a boost. So potentially that lower dose of beta-alanine will be helped along by niacin. So yeah, and that does sum up the ingredients list, doesn't it? Obviously we've got a bit of sucralose in there, a couple of maltodextrin, some citric acid, just flavourings and colourings as well. So that rounds up your 12 gram scoop. All we can do is roll with it now, and we'll give you our honest opinion in the next section.
Okay, so how did we feel it? How did it go? How did we feel it, Cotton Eye?
Oh, yeah. Very nice. So yeah, I'll be honest, straight off the bat, I didn't expect much from it.
Yeah, we were sceptical.
Yeah, in terms of there's like only 160 milligrams of caffeine, you know, there's not a lot of stimulants, should I say, no Urea Durensis, DMHA, you know, all the big heavy hitters.
That we're used to.
we like the amount of citrulline malate, however.
Yeah, that's very
not
well
bad.
dosed.
It is the only pump ingredient in there, really.
If it was our choice, straight away the differences we would make is we would increase caffeine to 250 to 300 and up beta-alanine to 3.2 grams. However, we did feel beta-alanine quite well on this still.
I did, and I think that's probably because of the niacin.
Yeah.
I'd argue. So yeah, definitely got the tingles, definitely got the heart rate up, definitely got the heat, got the, you know, the psychological effects of it kicking in. Focus, I'd argue, was very good.
Yeah, the taurine and L-tyrosine did their job. We were dialed in to a nice amount, not tunnel vision, of course, but you know,
more
in the zone.
Yeah, more than expected.
Yeah.
Just from the label in itself. You know, we went heavy and hard on a long back and bicep session.
Good contractions.
Heavy weight, you know, barbell rows 160 kilos plus. You know, that's a warm up. You know, we definitely got it all done and very well. And even now, I still feel energised and a bit focused.
And the citrulline malate was nice. We got some nice pumps from that.
Yeah, definitely. Lats were engaging so well, actually. Whether it's just a good day of food today. But I would say it has been pretty consistent every time we've used it.
We enjoyed it.
Today being its best day for myself. So
a nice healthy all-rounder. It's not going to make you sick, won't keep you up all night. The caffeine, although a low amount, we did feel enough energy to get through. Like you just said, we still feel alive enough now to talk.
And its pricing's not bad either, is it, really? So
so this is for intermediate guys, new people to the pre-workout game, people who want to save a bit on money.
Something different.
Yeah, don't want too many different dodgy ingredients in their system.
Yeah, and you know, those who just want a little top up after work, and those who have to have an early night, and those who want just the healthy effects of a pre-workout. They don't want to risk some of the heavier, hard-hitting stims.
Like tested athletes who aren't allowed certain things.
Exactly. This would be perfect for a tested athlete. There's nothing in there that's banned. So yeah, myself on the effects only, I'd argue it's a 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah,
which is a good score. You know, it's not a bad score at all.
That's a whole point above your average pre-workout, like your C4s. What else can you think of? Curse. Those kind of average pre-workouts. This sits above them in our opinion.
Yeah, definitely. So I'd like to congratulate Spartan Protein for getting this one out as their very first pre-workout.
It can only get better from here.
Stay tuned with them, I'd argue.
And like we said earlier, we'll come back with more videos on what they actually do specialise in, which is obviously Spartan Protein.
Yeah, and they've got snacks like chocolates and stuff.
We've got some here actually, just to give you a quick example, but we are going to go through all of them in another video, like I say.
This is final verdict. So, yeah, what can we say? We like the pre-workout overall.
Yeah.
So we're going to run through each section and give it a score out of 5, give it a total score out of 15, as we always do. We'll start off with the taste.
Which was, I want to say 3.5.
Yeah, it was a 3.5.
Yeah.
Mine, not even. No hoopazine, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3.5
Price was
on taste.
4.
A 4 out of 5 on
Pleased with that.
Yeah. And a 3.5 out of 5 on effects, which is the most important one.
Yeah,
so 11 out of 15.
Yeah.
So that's a good score, considering it is just a new pre-workout, quite a basic label.
Sometimes less is more, and in this scenario, less is more. It beats ones that have got much more stacked labels.
Yeah.
Clinics.
But yeah, no, so you see our point. Yeah, so that's the final verdict. 11 out of 15 for Spartan Protein Pre. So yeah, well done, Spartan Protein. I'd just like to again thank them for sending this out, and what I'd like to thank is you guys for watching along. If you haven't already, then please give us a sub. We're throwing out 2 to 3 videos a week almost now, and we've got a lot more lined up. We've got another 15, 20 plus in the pipeline, some of which are very hyped, some of which are lesser known, like this Spartan Pre. So if you want more knowledge in you know, supplement world, then we hope we can help you. That's all I'd say. Not
a lot of supplement review channels actually go through the label one by one, so hopefully
the price, and we just like to section it up and make sure that every angle's covered. And thankfully, I'd say 99% of people, and we get a lot of comments on our videos now, agree with our reviews.
Yeah.
You know, we're not paid by anyone. We just get sent these products to review. We're honest with them. We've slated some, and we've given 5 out of 5s to some.
Yeah.
So we're getting the whole spectrum of pre-workouts in there and trying to save you guys some money.
Yeah.
So yeah, give us a thumbs up. Let us know if you've used it. Thanks for watching, and thank you if you do subscribe. And as always, guys,
Stay
stimmed.